and I had to learn the hard way because that was actually my first car. Really an emergency that I had to sort out. I was so stressed, I could not eat anymore. Then there was another issue again. Yeah, I had to go through it, guys. Welcome back, guys. My name is Mtweni Peterson, and today we are going to talk everything money related. And on top of that, guys, I will be telling you guys about the costs of actually owning a car. We know that a car is a mode of transport, something that a car is a liability. Some classify a car as an asset, but today I am going to tell you about both of them. Having a car as a liability, having a car as an asset as well, because I've actually gotten both the experiences. So remember, I had told you that I had purchased a car, but I did not tell you about the intended purpose of that particular vehicle that I had purchased. And guys, the cost of owning a car are something that people don't usually honestly talk about. You know, it's nice, you have the car, but actually maintaining the car. In fact, somebody did say this to me, to say, just owning just about anything, whether it's a house, it's the maintenance, it's the levies, it's water, electricity, just all of these things as well. So with owning a car as well, guys, comes with its own necessary expenses that you can honestly not run away from. And I had to learn the hard way because that was actually my first car. Now let's get into it. Owning a car is beautiful. It's nice. So when you own a car, you need to also budget. There's actually a funny screenshot that I've seen doing the rounds on TikTok. People saying, no, you actually buy a car, but you didn't think that you're gonna need money for petrol, and now you are asking us. So guys, when you are going to buy a car, you need to think about the fact that now you also need to budget for petrol or diesel. So the car that I had purchased, guys, is actually a diesel. It is very fuel efficient. It is not that costly compared to a petrol car. So that is the first cost, guys. Petrol, you also need to think about that as well. And one of the things that I had to learn as well is that your driving ability and your driving style as well. If you're going to turn into a Michael Schumacher, all the best, all the best. And you've also seen people say, no, but I know my car. I'm not one of those people that will let you know to say, I actually know how this happens. I know my car and all of that. I would honestly not take that particular risk. So I'm never going to take that risk to say, I know my car and I'm going to drive on reserve. But I know a good driver, a Gaja, will drive on empty, back and forth without actually, having to get stuck on the side of the road. He's actually done that a couple of times. So diesel or the cost of petrol is one thing that you're also going to consider. Number two, remember guys, because this is your precious baby, this is your precious asset, you honestly also need to think about the cost of washing that particular car. It depends on where you stay as well, because I'm from Hammarskraal, guys, and I rep 012 Pitori. We drive on tar roads, and most of the time, guys, it is actually a gravel road. So most of the time I'll be traveling where there's a lot of dust, where there's a lot of pebbles or bricks or stones. So you need to be very careful when you are driving your car as well, because the last thing you want to do is to damage that actual car as well. So you can either take the car to a car wash, and the average is about 50 rand or 60 rand or 70 when they're doing a really good job when you take it to the car wash. And if this is a car that you use to travel to work or when you're doing errands and all of that, obviously it is going to get dirty. Just like sneakers, guys, when you're wearing those sneakers, you need to also make time to wash those sneakers, because you don't want to be embarrassed when people write, please wash me, at the back of your car when it is very dirty. So think about the cost of washing that car. Better yet, guys, if you know how to do it, I would definitely say that learn how to wash your own car as well. So think about buying the actual equipment. So at Game, they actually have a nice package for 250. It's a sponge, it is one cloth, It is the shoe polish. It is actually a sponge that you can use to wash and also polish your wheels as well. They have a small brush. They have a gel that you can use to foam up when you are actually washing off the dirt of your car as well. They also include a car, I don't know what they call it, car spray or car perfume. That is included in that particular package as well. You can get a Hoover, but that ranges from 1,000 rand to 1,500 or 2,000 rands at most. And if you are not going to do that, guys, you can just take it to the car wash, which is going to cost you more. And especially for those of you that pay for water, those are things that you also need to consider as well. And one of the biggest things that, guys, I did not expect, let me tell you, story time. So it was December. We went to visit one of our friends, Casper. They had, I think it was right after Christmas, around those times, 25th, 31st, in between that time. We actually went to his house with a couple of friends of mine. And when we parked the car, I went outside of the car and I closed the door. When I closed the door, it came back and bounced back. So I'm thinking maybe the seat belt is actually, hanging by the door, and I kept on checking what could be obstructing the door from being properly closed. I kept on slamming the door, boom, boom, boom. And I'm thinking, why is it bouncing back? And I'm thinking, could it be the rubber of the actual car? I kept on checking. Guys, it was not. I was so heartbroken to learn that the actual key lock of that actual car was damaged. Remember, the car was not brand new. The car was actually pre-owned. And some of the parts have just been used so many times, and it came as no surprise that it was the actual driver door, because the person that used the car mostly, and the door that is also going to be used mostly, is actually the driver door. So it turns out that that particular key lock was actually damaged, and I didn't know. Guys, can I tell you, we had to drive around with my friend Gaja, holding the door like this so that it doesn't open. And I was actually embarrassed, guys, and I didn't like that. It honestly broke my heart, and it honestly broke my pockets, because I was not ready to spend anything more than I had. So that money was budgeted for something else, but because this is a risk, I cannot be driving a car and leaving it unattended where else the door doesn't lock. And I honestly cannot use the seat belt and also, rely on the seat belt being able to keep the car door intact. Guys, I was really broken. It had to go deep into my pockets. That's why when you speak about money management, you speak about the money management wheel. And one of the things that we need to consider when it comes to personal finance is saving for emergencies. And that was actually an emergency that I had to sort out. Went around, before he went around, I actually called my uncle who owns the same car. And I'm like, hey, Mr. Bata, you call him Bata. Bata, I have a predicament here. I explained the situation with the door, and he says, no, I think you would need a new part. Let's get a quotation from Ford. Hey. They quoted us, I think, 4,100. Including labor, but the actual car part was about 3 point something. So I was like, yo, guys, I honestly don't have that money with me right now to spend. So we went around a different, mechanics, asking around, guys, can you guys, sort this out? They were like, nah, we don't have the part. The mechanic kept on calling other people that he knows, and we went around, guys, we shopped around. I was so stressed, I could not eat anymore. I could not enjoy my day anymore. And lo and behold, I called my cousin, Ababu, who I went to buy the car with, and I'm like, hey chief, I have a situation here. And he told me about this guy from, I think when you're driving on Molefema Quinta, just next to Stott School, Father Smangali, so that place over there, there's a mechanic place there, and we went there and said, listen, we've been sent by this person. He said that you actually have the car part that we're looking for. We actually purchased that car part. Hey, they wanted to rip us off, guys, but I was that gaja once again. Guys, I know that sometimes I say negotiate. Try and negotiate as well. About anything, compare prices, negotiate, and try and see if you can. My friend, we're going to sort this out. Hey, guys, we fought a good fight, and they ended up settling for, I think, 850 as well for the car part. And guess what, guys? The mechanic that we took the car part to so that it can get replaced, he only charged me 50 rands, and I was like, That is close to nothing, and thank you so much for actually not ripping me off, and I actually gave him 50 rand extra for really being so generous as well. So you need to be able to move around, you need to be able to negotiate, you need to be able to find different people that actually know the part that you're looking for or the thing that you're looking for. So please do not settle for the first price that you actually come across, because you might be taken for a ride. So that is actually one of the costs that I had to cough out as well. And one of the things that actually costed me money is the I don't know what that thing is called, but it's like a cloth, but a very thick one. It's a mat or a carpet of some sort that is underneath the car, that when there's oil leaks and all of that, it actually manages to trap those oil leaks so it doesn't damage maybe your driveway or the garage or the pavement or whatever the case may be. That thing kept on falling. And I kept on wondering what's going on with this thing. I had to tighten up the screws. I had to use cable ties. I tried everything else, guys, but it actually kept on falling off. But because it is not a mechanical issue, it is just part of the accessories, something that would not cause a car not to be able to move. And I said, you know what? Let me actually remove this thing. So I took it off, put it in the shack at home, because that thing was really starting to annoy me. And I remember one time I was coming from I went to drop my girlfriend at work, and I was on my way back home. So that thing kept on falling and I didn't even realize. So the Metro Police said, hey Baba, come here. Guys, I'm a new driver. These guys, and I was like, what did I do? I'm wearing my seatbelt. I'm driving normal speed. They said, no, are you aware of this thing that is, hanging underneath your car? So I had to just take it out as well. And but before then, I took it to a mechanic to just tighten up the thing for me. With cable ties and all of that. He also asked for 50 bucks and I gave it to him. They put it on the thing that takes the car up, and they are able to work underneath the car without any obstructions and without any difficulty as well. Drove home, then I took it off after a couple of instances where it kept on falling off. And the biggest expense that I had to even thinking about it, guys, it really pisses me off. I was coming back from my girlfriend's place. Guys, I hope that you guys know. Check my profile picture if you have my number. If you do have my number, check my Jola. So I was coming from Mama Tonza's house. That's my girlfriend. So I was actually going to cut my hair. For those of you that know Channel M, that know what's that name of the place? Just next to by Skuman in Pretoria. There's actually a salon that I cut my hair. Ola, the guy's name is Ola, at the barber. Went to his place and I parked where it is written a loading deck. You do not park there if you're not coming to deliver anything. Peterson actually stood there for an hour because I had to cut my hair, and obviously there is a queue. So I went there, parked my car, went inside, cut my hair, left, and I went to withdraw money. Guys, in that split second of me going to the ATM,
why you park the car there? You can't park the
car. And I was like, hey, Malume said, Mchana, you know that we do not park here. You are not allowed to park here. It is wrong for you to do so. I tried speaking English with Malume. Malume says, in front of Pamkabantu. There's no way, Peterson. You are not going to do that. You are not going to negotiate that we release your car. You are wrong and you need to pay for it, guys. Guys, I had stomach ache, and that time it was, I won't tell you the date, but it was actually a payday. I just gotten paid and I'm thinking, these guys can actually smell money. That Peterson has just gotten paid. Guys, I was so stressed. And apparently these guys have a target. So they need to clamp cars that are, incorrectly parked at a very incorrect place as well. So they took my car and they told me this is where you need to go and pay the amount, and you will come back with a receipt to show that you have paid for this particular car to be released. But we go 13. I am afraid to get stress. Yeah, I had to go through it, guys. My phone was actually going off as well. Phone 3%. I call my uncle. Guys, I always have my uncle on speed dial whenever I have issues. Ababue, Gaja, and my uncle, Bata. They know whenever I have issues, those are the first people that I tend to. So I call Gaja. Gaja says, hey, boy, try and negotiate. I'm like, it's not going to happen, my bro. Then he says, no, you know what? Let me actually call Ababu. Ababu speaks to the Baba because they are related. Hey, Ola, make a plan. Ola says, no, I can make a plan. Let me see what I can do. The person that I know can be able to just, tell us something. And I'm like, yeah, because what they're expecting from me is a little bit steep. I know I just gotten paid, but I mean, it's money that I did not budget for. And it is honestly going to cripple me. I left. Katamaya, I went to that place, looked for my car. They had just parked it, looked for the guys, and I called my uncle. My uncle said, say no more, I'll make a plan. Called a couple of guys, tried to negotiate, and yeah, we managed to get the car out, but obviously at a very steep price, guys. So please be very careful of where you park as well. And that has honestly costed me money that I did not plan for. So owning a car, guys, can be stressful. It's nice when you're driving around. He was telling me about this other mechanic who says when I fix your car, it just says vroom, meaning you start the car, you leave. There's no issues, there's no this, there's no that. And that's actually what I want when I said I want to buy a car. I did not sign up for tire best. I did not sign up for all these other extra costs as well. And the other cost that you need to consider, guys, is that you will need a tracking device. You will honestly need a tracking device. So why a tracking device, guys?